Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper 1. This is Saturday morning. I spent my morning and a little bit of the afternoon getting ready with commo. I drove to a buddy's house. We had our radios together. We checked them. We did some directional antenna work. We got everything set. I drove to another location. We did radio checks, trying to find out where in the community, and this is not my community here, but a little bit further out, where I could communicate, where we could set up radios and talk to people. I then went to another location. Then I came home. And I feel very good. We've spent a little bit of time working out a plan that I have with a couple buddies so I can communicate. We have to use directional antennas, and we are using right now the GMRS, and we're having great results with directional antennas. So that's what I did. The reason I'm doing this, I feel a sense of urgency. I'm not panicking, that's for sure, but I'm using my time the best of my ability. I'm using my resources. I am putting stuff back. I am buying things, resources that I think I might need in the years to come here. The reason is, you look at the world, it's getting crazier and crazier. Look at the Biden administration just announced that we are giving Taiwan $345 million of military aid. Now, I wish we'd just give them $345 million, but no, we're giving them $345 million worth of inventory out of our military. We're reaching in, pulling it out, and giving it to them. First of all, this isn't new stuff, this is our stuff. And we are just decimating our resources that we have put back for war. Decimating. I talk to people that are inside the military. And it's not good. It is not good. This is firsthand information of guys that are still in, that are saying, hey, we are drawing too much down and there's no way we can replace it. The logistical problems are there, or we can't find the components. It is a real problem. One thing I think is a bigger problem is the way they're valuing the money, or valuing the product. They could say, well, we bought that 10 years ago and it cost us this. But to replace that might cost 3 or 4 times that. But they're not counting that, they're counting cost. So it's even more detrimental. It's really worth more than $345 million if we had to replace it. It might be $1 billion, I don't know the numbers, I'm just guessing. But you know the administration, they are decimating the military. They're just destroying our resources if we have to fight a war. Now, giving that to Taiwan is sort of weird because our policy is sort of mixed up. You know, one hand they say no, they support a united China, and then they say, oh, we're going to send military aid to Taiwan. So things are messed up on the policy issue. It's also causing a problem with China. We already caused a problem with Russia. Now on the other side of the world, we want to have another fight with another very strong nation. This does not make any sense to me. Are we going to risk fighting China? We don't have the resources over there. There's no way we could do it. So really, this money or this equipment could be going to waste that we might desperately need. So every time I read an article like this, get an information, get someone saying to me, boots on the ground with this information, it makes me want to prepare more. Not out of a position of fear, because I can't change it. But I can do is prepare this fence that surrounds my property. I can prepare inside this property. I can prepare my community by sharing information with them, by helping them, by this morning setting our communication plan up. I am so stoked about the ability to speak to a friend that's many, 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 many miles away. And we have good communication set up. So we're going to keep working on that the rest of the week. We're going to work on other radios, be it CB, be it MERS, be it ham frequencies. So we have a redundant plan to speak to a good friend of mine that's many, many miles away, many miles. But it's working. So please take this information. Encourage you to keep working hard. It's not time to say, I'm good, I'm going to just sit back. If you know of things you need to do at your house, get on them. If you know things you have to purchase, get on it. Try to get it purchased with your resources. So, super psyched about our comms. It took some effort. I sat out there in the hot sun at a few locations sweating, but we got good results. Taiwan, $345 million of military gear being taken from our inventory, given to Taiwan. Not good. A lot of it's already been stripped out and given to Ukraine. It is that serious. You might be sitting in the house and never served in the military and say, the U.S., we are always number one. And a lot of people think that. After World War II, going into the Korea War, we got our butts kicked a few times in Korea because we had the philosophy of we're the big boys on the block. We always win because we're right. We're always right, so we're always going to win. You could be right, and you could get your butt kicked. And we're at the point where people sit back and say, we've always done good. We've never had hostilities recently on U.S. soil. That can change very quickly. And the way the administration is pushing war with Russia and also antagonizing China, it's a real chance. Are you mentally prepared if we go to war and we actually have problems inside the United States? Attacks inside the United States. Think of Russia. Russia invaded Ukraine. Do you think they thought they would be having drones hit Moscow? Probably never thought of that. But threats are real. It might not be a drone shot from another country. It could be internally. It could be sleeper cells that have been activated. It could be terrorists that have been brought in. It could be just people that have been brought into this country just to cause turmoil, cause problems. We're very vulnerable. Our electric grid is very vulnerable. Our water is very vulnerable. There's key bridges inside the United States that are key to transporting food, medicine, supplies, logistics. Have you ever thought about if these people attack these positions? How about key industries that produce things? Hypothetically, what happened if someone took a truck bomb into a factory that produces something that we need for defense? These are real threats. I'm not trying to scare you, I'm trying to mentally prepare you so you start thinking. We are not the number one guy on the block, and we're invincible. We're not. We are very, very vulnerable. So keep prepping, keep preparing. Don't dwell on doom and gloom. Dwell on your personal footprint. How can I improve my personal footprint to survive bad economic times, bad political times? Even could I survive a war? Thanks for watching.